This short clip is from my live trading room. You can engage directly with my fabulous team and me at LaDucTrading.com for all our research and trades. Or for just my daily live streams, you can access via YouTube memberships. All links are in the description. PayPal, we got some news this morning, and Bob, we'll go over that. Do you remember, this was Tim's request. Tim said, what do you see in the option market? And I went to OptionTeller and we kind of looked at the option playbook. It wasn't really, I'm going to go back today and now look because obviously I haven't looked in a week, but this was a few weeks ago. And I said, as long as PayPal comes and gets above 44.52, and 2 weeks ago it did. This is when we were looking at the flow. And it didn't have any it was bullish. It was definitely bullish. It was consolidating. They were selling puts. We talked about that. OptionTeller, show it to you and update it in a few minutes. But I just want to highlight 44.52. I saw some flow, but it wasn't huge elephant prints. Again, that was 2 weeks ago. I will look now to see what came in. But you got the tool. It's in the member dashboard. You can track it yourself if you have a stock that you're stalking. So this is PayPal. This was, I think, maybe even a month ago. I don't remember. Tim will tell me. Anyway, we stayed above 44.52, which was critical. And then last week, beautiful consolidation. And now look at this puppy. It's up 15%, hitting the 50-week, which is Bollinger Band, Keltner Channel, all these kind of technical areas where we could undergo some distribution. And by distribution, I mean short duration traders in here are going to go, I'm out. That's going to be an explosive move in options. I hope, Tim, you were long. Anyway, the point is, this is a gorgeous bottom fishing play that Tim liked because of fundamentals. And then this morning we have Stripe offering $53 billion for a company once worth $300 billion. And it's basically $60.50 a share for PayPal. This is the $50 billion in bank financing already committed. And this is a nice little pop from the bottom. But just remember, this is a protracted downturn. So this is, I don't even know, 80% below its 2021 peak, 90% below its 2021 peak. It's ugly. So only way that this is going to be a turnaround story, technically speaking, is if it digests here and sticks this landing about 52. Notice this descending 200-day. Just because it pops above the 200-day does not mean that the 200 days is all of a sudden going to do a hockey stick and go up. Does not work that way. It means it's going to take weeks, if not months, to cause this train, which is on the downhill, descending, to slow and flatten and move back up. So there's going to be an auction of buyers and sellers. That's exactly how I present the market. If you have this massive 2021 peak, PayPal is down. I think it even has some Bitcoin on the balance sheet. I don't remember. But the point is, this is a fundamental long for Tim because it was oversold. We looked at the option flow and it was more bullish than bearish, but that was 3 weeks ago. I will check it out now, but I can tell you it's probably more of what I saw then, which was put selling. So they were saying they don't mind owning this here, but they don't know really, it's not a directional speculative bet in calls. So that's what I saw 3 weeks ago. And here we are popping up 16% in PayPal. And congratulations, Tim. You have PayPal, which is fabulous. You have $50 December calls in PayPal. So you went directionally versus selling puts. You're doing well. And look at this beautiful consolidation happening. PayPal is not selling off. Look at the shorts that have to cover in PayPal. I don't have at my fingertips the short interest in PayPal. I'd love to know because this is not calm. When you get to a 50-week EMA, typical situation, this is a very typical oversold bounce and a trend reversal potential. But you got Keltner and Bollinger Band and weekly and 50-week EMA. All of this stuff says, calm down. You got sellers that would love to sell to get out of this mess, out of their losses, even whatever. That looks so strong. This does not look weak. So it'd be very, very interesting to know what the short interest is for PayPal, because I wonder if that, and you can have some trend reversals that start from short interest. You can also have a viable reason, like the news of Stripe. So it was actually Stripe and a private equity firm. They're bidding roughly $60.50 a share for PayPal. And by the way, none of this has been approved. This is just market reacting to a serious buyer, but with no intent that has been expressed of interest, okay? Just an offer. But clearly you've got $60. I forgot that. It's $60.50, which is why it's not selling. The shorts have got to cover. This could be a few weeks. Okay, I got nothing here. I just want to look at what happened in the last, when did we last look about this? Let's just look for the last month, right? Which is pretty much the last month is what we're showing here. I want to see here what happened. This is timestamp. You know what? I'm going to do this. And now I want to do premium. Let me see if I can do this. Put sold June 17th. Expiry 9/18. I'm looking at PayPal right now, and basically I am looking at the last month. Today is July 15th. You can see it over here. Here it is, July 15th, 10:34 a.m. And I'm looking at the last month of all option flow. Now, this is what I was seeing when we were sizing this up for Tim, who was interested in this. The guy that has December $50 calls and right now is happy. So June 17th, $75 puts, by the way, way in the money, 9.5 million in puts sold. That's a bullish bet, high relevance. Now let's see what else we got. We got about 2 million. They came in also later, not the same trade, different trade, January. And they also sold some puts in January. So somebody was positioning. Whether they knew or not doesn't matter. The fact is they were willing to own this. September and January, big money. They were willing to own this. Put sold, that's bullish. Put sold, that was bullish. Put sold, that was bullish. This is what I saw a few weeks ago. Put sold, that was bullish. I'm doing it by premium. It is not, it's just, I'm trying to figure out what we got going on here. Now, let's see if I can find protection, because that is also a thing. December protection, they bought $6 million worth of puts. Oh, I don't know if they're still open. Yeah, no, it's still here, so it's still open. Expired, include expired contracts. Hey, Mike, we got to get that to say only. I want to see what happens with that. So we got a lot of protection that came in. And that was, again, the same period of time. I want to see what we have for... All right, so those expired, the puts sold. I want to see if anything happened in the last 2 weeks. So July 1st to today. July 1st by premium. Someone is not happy this morning as they bought some puts directionally, and that's bearish. Another July 1st. Puts bought, and that's bearish. July 9th, puts bought, and that's also bearish. It could offset some of the calls or bullish puts that they sold. But the point is, I want to just see if there's anything here. Nope, not really big size. Nope, not really big size. All right, so not very, very helpful, except if I go out a whole month. If I just remove that and just apply all filters on PayPal and then sort by premium, we can see the biggest was definitely positioning in June, mid-June, selling lots of puts. That's bullish. That's it. But we had already seen that. Long story short, there was nothing new that I can see in the last 2 weeks that was insider trading kind of thing. Sometimes I see that, but I don't see that right now.
Join Club to trade with Samantha. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description.